よいしょ。喂喂喂喂喂，对哦，拖一下。我想要看一下。哎呦
Dora should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
支线姐姐姐。
Clive, I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As of those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in service. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach them. And if you're wondering why you, well, the wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic around the village of late. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you.
All right.
Thanks, there.
Gazal greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love 'em too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean they ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right, and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway,
Oh,
Sir Wade will know what to do with
Mr.
them.
Wang.
And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
我今天
I'm sure you.
就一边打一下支线，然后一边测一下我的 OBS 设定。看一下这样子顺，就是画质上啊，还有音量上啊什么的。我好久没有这么早，这么早玩了。
Just because the heavens have gone to wreck around it, don't you?
How do?
还要卖什么啊？哦，这个。
Much obliged. Thanks very much.
这是有卖这个哦。啊，好啦，买一买，买一买。
There you go. Much obliged.
这里要找
Doesn't still hurt, does it?
这里。
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You...
The Baum...
打他的他的老雇主。哇，分散在世界各地哎。这怎么？哎呀，好了，一个一个解。 支线都看过了，比较不那么重要，就可以能跳的就跳一跳了。
Ah, what brings you to East?
A delivery from...
有了基沙尔蔬菜的种子。
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the... I jest, of course, but they'd long since gone...
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bear so that they'll be able to fend for them.
That's not a bad... These bearers had only They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves, unless we teach them how to live like free. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example. It's about time we all started to provide for... Unfortunately, we've been a little too...
The horde is...
又有怪物来了。
Damn it all. I thought we'd have... Gather the men in the square.
Yes, Sir Wayne.
The horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of them. They've been... We don't have the numbers to hold...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die, fighting for their lives.
So wait. You said you lacked men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved? Though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool!
For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
玛莎比较会演讲，韦德就呆呆的，不知道怎么说。
Well,
Thanks to you.
me. Oh, I just
Lord Rosfield, my lady.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments. Each upon engage.
You're going to look.
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so by coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, with luck, that point will be the village square. And for you and I...
A sound plan. I'd say you have both in abundance, please.
Ha! And
Sir Wade!
then you know we work together, each shielding for Rosaire.
For Rosaire!
We've no time to argue.
And I will do as you are.
suppose we'd
Right you up.
打打
Calm before the
打！
storm. And here it comes.
Here it comes.
I will not let this village
钻石
fall.
星辰，全部冷冻。
You're finished.
还有鸟。OK，蝎子。
Soil and stone.
咬它，咬它。哎呦，
Wake and win. Yeah.
都是小怪。等一下应该会照惯例应该会跑一只大的出来吧？哎，没有哎，就是几群小怪就没了。嗯。
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rosfield! Change of
What is it?
owl from the rest. An Akashic...
Well, the better half of her got. So wait.
哎
Hard to，say.
森林果然
My
真的
men
有
are
一只
still
大的。
facing- I could order a detachment or two to fall.
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men. I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
May the Founder protect you.
果然真的跑出一只大的啦。然后跑出一只大的话，我就又要换打单体的。Raging Feast。
Next one's mine.
I might not know what. The call was sighted on Rhiannon's ride back towards Martha's Rest.
Oh. 花儿。Ambrosia。
Ready, go?
冲啊！Akashi Goblin。6。过来一点。哎，大家一起冰。夏天很热。还蛮多只的。
All right. It's over.
每次最后一下我都有些时候放不出来，有些时候放得出来。花儿，哎，哦，哇哦
There it is. With me, Togo.
赛道。欧拉欧拉。上了，兔死。因为放那个放大招的时候啊，它 CD 时间是在过的，可是它那个云炫条会变慢。
All right. Back to East Pool.
安安 Adrian， 早上好，早上好，早上好。一大早玩游戏。
Lord Rossfield.
It's dead.
Thank the founder. We were able. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for foot. I hesitate to say it, but
I think it might.
We saved. Thank you, my.
No, Sir Wade. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight.
We never had nothing to call our own before. But now we do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us. And still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind we're free men now. We have to fight to protect what's ours. To protect Eastpool.
And we shall. This is our home. And if anyone...
They'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
心电脑
I
玩
shall
只是
remain
会
here,
突
my
然
lord,
卡一下，
and do what I can to help rebuild the
卡一
village.
下。
After all, this is my home now too, and I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
不知道，
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade.
会突然卡一
But
下
you。should be proud all the
是
same.
设定上有什么没
I'll have to pull
调
my
对
weight
吗？还
too.
是什么
Can't
呢
have the rest getting outclassed.
突然卡一下的话，
Speaking of
感
which,
觉
I ought to be
是
getting back.
Can we continue to count on your
感觉
support?
应该是
Martha?
硬体有哪一个
Of
就
course.
是
And I'd
没
be
弄
counting
好
on。yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we...
And Clive, come by. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
是网络的问题，还是那个啊？游戏本身是网络卡顿，还是游戏本身那个稍
Do
微
you
累
remember our very
荡一
first
下，
mission together?
卡了一下。
Clearing the gob... There's one sight that I shall never forget. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never
趁
lose
机
courage.
放闪光，是不是你？
Thanks to you.
So wait.
好啦，那这样子
You have
应该
always been a true
是
shield.，
那就是电脑的
I know
设
that
定嘛
Eastpool。
既然是新电脑，
and
应该
indeed
要
all
没
of Rosaria
没事啊。
will be safe in your hands.
为什
Thank you,
么？既然是
my
新
lord.
电脑，照理来说应该要没事
I
啊，
know
应
the
该要
rest of the
正常
world will
啊
be。safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
Win 11在搞，Win 11在搞。如果你是新电脑的话，如果新电脑还没有存什么很多很重要的东西的话，大家都试试看，就是 Win 11重装，不知道会不会好，或者是把它那个调回原厂出厂设置呢？新电脑照理来说应该要是顺的、啊。Win 11啊，我觉得 Win 11常常搞。
The hero return? It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved...
I just did what...
And it's only... Take it before...
Thank you, Martha.
So, and a hope...
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, though I suppose the... You know, bearers living free like that. Reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
什么？哇！
Well, We both
那
wanted the
该不
same
会其
thing,
实
to make life better for
有哪边
bearers.
没弄好吗？
Just like your
还是你都
dad.
检查过了就还？
Do you know I was born right around the
显
time
卡
Elwyn
没
became
插
Archduke?
好。
Growing up, I saw how he
这个好
tried to
好。
change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed.
如果硬体都检
The
查
loftier
过
one's
了，
ambitions,
这次都没问
the
题。
harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, and I better get back to work. The least of...
That sounds like a one.
啊，居然没把显卡电线插好，这个好，这个有点夸张哎。这个有点夸张。如果真的找不到，不知道什么问题，看来就只能 Windows 重装了。看会不会好？如果是新电脑还没有什么太多东西的话，
Ready, go?
那把一些东西备份一下重装吧。Win11好容易搞哦，我觉得好像 Windows 的系统真的蛮长，就是有一些奇奇怪怪的问题的。那你也不知道这些问题怎么来，但就各种小 bug 都时不时都会跑出来。
You deserve it.
Blizzard!
那也不知道了。如果是新电脑的话，它有办法，就是说你现在有这个问题，可以去跟跟你买的那个公司反映，然后就是说，一个反映说有 bug， 有问题。别的游戏会吗？别的游戏？还是说，就例如说是跑游，因为 YT 它不会用什么，它不会消耗什么效能啊，就是一些要那种会消耗效能的。
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stone wart.
怎么只有
One day mentioned blood red
14？
petals.
是怎样？14到底是有什么问题？
Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it.
Silent stone!
那这个真不，那怎么办？那总不能再这样下去吧？如果他现在都会卡的话，是啊，但是我没有，我也没有经验。我知道这种怎么办。 好。打喵都不好的话，就我妈不在了。真的是我妈不在呢。还可以退货吗？
Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive.
感觉一定是哪边卡了一个什么 bug， 然后才变这样。
Let's get these back to Yote.
啊，不过帮你组电脑那个，他一来没有帮你把线插好，我觉得蛮夸张的。这样我也想看。我对电脑的结构，它里面那个怎么装的，老实说，我其实也不太知道。我还真的也没有把它打开来看过。搞不好其实他没有插，然后自己也没发现。如果在我身上的话，我搞不好跟你会出现。少了一根线还能跑。我也好奇它插在哪里啊？我看。好，不行，我看不出来，我只看到很多线，我不知道哪一个是什么东西。我就相信帮我组的公司是好的，是正常的。可以打什么
Good. They haven't broken camp. How did Doris come to know a slaver I want?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. I presume your men are... We've suffered too many...
Yes, Mom.
Oh, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try.
You're welcome to try. 来，天气太热，大家来吃冰。吃冰吃冰。哦，还有。真的耶，他真的吃瓜看戏耶，完全没反没应的。有人在旁边看得很 chill。
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman. I surrender.
Sid.
Ah, Doris. You know, I always wondered where you'd vanish, but casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible.
It wasn't all terrible. Surely, you were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the books. Always either, but you proved yourself a master of both. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, master. Thank you.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now...
Then I should head back to the hideaway and put...
直接传回来了。少数会自动帮你传回来的支线。
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived.
With any luck, they'll be joined. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris.
I'd been hoping as much. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her... She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sambrek. Went quietly, or so we're told. And she won't be getting off lightly. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't.
I hope so. You had quite the past yours. Anyway, thanks again, Sid.
Keep up the good...
Quest complete.
I am certain we will find what we seek in Ash, and learn the truth of Ultima's origins.
Wow, 还有好几个支线。看一下啊，这里的解了。这边怎么还有一个？哦，对。
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. 优地。
Yote, I brought back all the stone...
Yes, my lord. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad to hear it.
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to yourselves.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot for him, and I thank you for it.
I am honored that you should say so. But I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for the sake of others. We could not afford to lose you.
I'll keep that in mind.
哎呀，哇，还有4个，那这是什么 ？The Bell 啊，这是那个妇女吵架，记得应该吧？
The Dominion's all but done for.
Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
诶，新生季是今天还是哪天开始？是今天吗？
And you're just gonna fall into line?
I don't trust this Duke.
Oh, my wards and I may...
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Second only to his Radiance, not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it, a foundation upon which to build it. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire. One built on the confiscated property of...
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason, he will...
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around.
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful... A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable.
And who could blame them?
Clive, would you, for yourself, and unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from... Well?
I'll see what I can...
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then. In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops.
All right.
我一直觉得英文版的夫人的声音很性感。
I may have met this Duke before, at the remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
We already have a leader in the Dame.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the Dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. I was hoping I might be able to speak.
We're under orders not to let any... But you should be all right. Wait here.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison, and I shall see it. But tell me, is it wealth that you...
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a strong...
Ah, you are worried the expanded garrison will render your yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself, pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under... But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison, which is more than can be said for Oriflamme. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach, with Caernarvon as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town, and we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the end. Plans are already underway for the soon enough. These thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of...
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sandbreck is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government, one whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary, so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defense. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. The citizens, I wonder what the people really wouldn't. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
The Lord leaves his tower to build a new keep. Her town split asunder, the lady she weeps.
唱的蛮好听的。
Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
Could be trouble again.
The Dominion's all but done for.
I've been hearing a lot of talk.
Nothing good going around acting like he owns the place.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need His Eminence to sod off back to Orif.
Sell anything today?
As much. The garrison salvaged what they could from
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, only for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, he's in for a will do whatever it takes.
What do you think?
All right there.
Just your opinion, I wondered what you thought of the...
Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer. Now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
"人民都不喜欢这个公爵，觉得你这个贵族就突然跑来给我们颐指气使，要这个要那个，凭什么？"
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies coming in. I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they would think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
It's not only control of the garrison he wants, it's the whole of Northreach. We already have a leader in the Dame.
One at a time now. There's enough for everyone.
You're the one who's talking to His Eminence.
On the Dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie. Not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sanbreque is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
A whole day to dry some bloody linens.
Welcome back. Wraiths give you any trouble?
Captain.
For you? Sir, thank you for last time. How can I help?
I wanted to ask you about, do you intend to go along with this plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right, I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls, so I better go. Thanks.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Okay. 这里居然有个箱子。
Ah, Clive. How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
但是公爵不鸟我。
So Northreach is to be well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated. They deserve to be heard, Clive.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their order, and not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sanbreque, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it
安安
in,
太搞
along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
Why?
Because I realized what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I'm protecting, Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready. We need to stand, and with you to lead us, milady. It was you who finally convinced there's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us. Standing, that has always been Northreach's best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what...
Anything for you. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach, especially with men like you and Philippe to champion. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the... But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then.
哎，等我一下啊、我弄一下我的风扇。然后还有3个支线，哇，好分散哦，好分散。达利米尔，在哪里啊？
Everything's back the way it was.
Take that, you naughty thief! And that! Stop it, Renz! It's dangerous!
小鬼。
Clive! I just wanted to see how the town's been faring.
Since we, all is absolutely wonderful. And firmly at the helm. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intend.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil. Because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from...
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child. And the vote hasn't taken place just... But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar... They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws. And they grow more organized.
We'll fight them all off just like last time. No matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization by finding that perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid. What? How? Victor, I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating.
I'll go and speak with him.
打强盗喽！哎，哪里啊？这里。
A League of Outlaws.
League
Sounds like
of
we have some
Outlaws.
competition.
想学我们吗？
Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnes by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid, and he said that you might...
Then you've come at just the right time. There are more camps in, but we must strike together.
All right.
There's one upriver.
Leave it with me.
好，在那里出发。哎，对了，我先去看一下商店有什么卖，应该是有新饰品。买一买，反正我钱多。
If there's one thing we've learned over the past few moons, it's that we're
never forget.
Stronger when we stick together.
Oh,
can help us do that? I'm all for
never
it.
forget. 勿忘元龙之牙。原来它英文版就写这么简单两个字 ，never forget。
Those damned blackguards took all my best pieces. Just my luck that we were robbed by connoisseurs.
We need someone who could bring the whole town together.
Are you looking for something in particular? An excellent choice. Go with Gilbert.
Mustard and mandrake.
Fresh silks from the Canva caravan.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Run like the wind.
Those ne'er-do-wells are on the plan.
Go. Go. Go 咬狗。
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
Hey.
That's him. The one who killed Nock and Fingers. Take his head off.
Take his head off. Okay. Yeah. 这两个有诗先解决。 个会过来。没有，我以为还有大只的，原来是小怪，没了。
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you?
Where are you? Here?
Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but that's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalimil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who has made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here.
You're right.
鲁波尔是 Bearer 被发现啦，要吵起来了。
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls, not within them.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmek born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make Lord.
I'll do what I... Lubor, I can't promise.
And that...
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
He knew all along that...
Forgive me for disturbing you.
I've seen your...
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it?
That's right.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this, at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil, and they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds.
Nor I.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
For a sharing.
I assume the situation...
There's still hope.
But...
You mustn't think like that, Lubo. Give them time. We'll talk some sense.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubo...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that... I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but...
How could it possibly be for the best? These children, the least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
They would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubo?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Ah, but where are my manners? Here. Your reward. Right then.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind.
I'm going to go with him. Why is everyone being mean to Lubor? He didn't do anything wrong.
Why didn't he tell us?
If you're going to try and convince me to stay, save your breath. I will not put those children at risk.
好，这个好了，再来是啥？这边好了，这个是 bufflet。bufflet 啊，弟弟，糟糕，弟弟好像要死去了。弟弟啊，先去塔博尔好了。 让弟弟多活一点。
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might...
Perhaps. My brother, have you learned anything of note since last...
Little and less.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth... Even now, our arc...
Fallen.
Indeed. As if protecting the
secrets would...
Should our methods be of... Mayhap it would please you to observe some...
Would that be possible?
Of course. Perchance you... I was due to... If you would consent to do so in my stead.
All right.
They will be might I suggest... It will lead you...
Thank you.
I wish you a safe...
Duty Undying.
A village built around an airship. Sounds like another lost wing.
这里啊，怎么过去？这里吗？
Amateurs are just as friendly.
开枪是 week 那边吗？
Let's go. Run like the wind.
蜘蛛，机械蜘蛛。 没记错的话，这边好像这附近也会有什么那个 risky mob。这附近在哪里好像也会有。阿卡香娜。
Time to fight.
OK。 哎，这里有个船店。欧贝利斯。
You deserve a rest.
欧贝利斯克。
Oh no.
You'll pay for this.
There may still be survivors.
Stay down.
哎，没了。有一只大的。
Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader.
小惯烦。还没升级啊。
Should have stayed in the pub. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to—
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins. A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. May the Firebird's flame—
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey— I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Ah.
Here.
My thanks. I shall study them and inform—
Cyril, your survey party suffered losses which could have been avoided had the others not chosen to complete their work instead of save— Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty, and should we die in discharging it, so be it.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations, and your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change them. We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order exists for that purpose, and that purpose alone.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please. For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice, my lord. If you will permit me to respond, our faith in his grace, Joshua Rosfield, is absolute. And we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is my hope that we may continue to do our duty together.
Ice Age. 还有一个吧？哎，没了吗？啊，还有一个在这儿。对，吉奥要去了。吉奥要去了。
Ah, Clyde.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that I still have much and more to prepare. You couldn't do me a quick favor, could...
What is it this time? More what?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask Elle how long we have until the bearers are... Find out.
All right.
Thanks, Clyde.
Don't blame yourself, Elle. This is their fault, not yours.
I know, but...
No buts about it, all right?
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican Army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the Army jumped at the chance.
You had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And we were so close.
Elle? What's happened? I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look happy.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist were speaking to about the bearers. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually, and at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone? You sure that's wise?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an owl ahead and request a meeting. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us, then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but... is this what she really wants?
You have to trust her.
You're right. It's what she wants now, and if Elle's off fight, so I bid you, I'll gather my... You go to...
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar, then.
Randalar.
Better not keep Eloise waiting.
What I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
Looks like this is the end of the road.
When are they gonna let us through?
一堆难民。Ambrosia 都会从各种奇奇神秘的地方跑出来。
You deserve a rest.
And tour.
This one. Over here. It's over.
我是跑错边了。跑错边了。
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak?
Here they are.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves. And then you stepped into the...
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the... It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not neutral. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to withdraw my interest. And with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. And he did just that. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers. But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, the bearers are to be well treated. Which is something, at least. They deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them freed.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountain. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can. They need help.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you. I'll gather...
Hold on, Theo.
提奥要去了。再见了，提奥。
Run like the wind. I can walk from here. Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the...
Just have...
I can do that.
打一下好了。对哦，我换一下。
This one.
哦，这么多只啊！那还是用一个冲刺好了。这样子。
These creatures have already turned.
过来，过来，靠过来一点。哎，没错啊。
I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. This one.
哇，没有弄到。哎，结束了。
Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here. I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream. Theodore! And so will you! Theodore. Take care of my sister. Theodore, wait. Goodbye, Elle.
哎，早安！哇，来的真准，一来就看到提要领便当。你是外送员吗？
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place. Against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer. In more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business.
暑假快结束了，剩几天而已。哇！
But I have never regretted the decision I made.
要上课了。
Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to... I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people, save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be, bringing smiles to people's faces just like we always have, and to Theo's. Wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own. To continue helping you however I can. Whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then. For Theodore.
支线好像解完啦， 好像终于把支线给解完啦。我看好像终于解完了。哎，看有什么。
Covered in nicks and lumps. Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Here you are. All done?
东西领一领，然后存档，然后完吃饭。好像我下午可能会开一下14，打一下每日什么的。我还没把周限制的那个，叫什么、啊？不是天文，经典不对，幻想，反正我还没打完，我要把它打完，把 token 打完。
Don't tell me we've run out of Pepio nuts and all.
Clive. Going purse weighing you down? Come again. You don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
What do I owe the honor? The sound of ringing steel. Who knows? Not saying fortune, do you?
Ah, Dark Steel 和 Battle Horn 啊，问号，这个11都有。 什么 Stone Time？ 这个是 Lion Claws。Swift Shot。
Yeah, that should do you. Not my best work, but it'll do. You can thank me later. Not my best work, but it'll do. Anything else?
狗还没满呢，我差一个。好，那就存档了。然后就吃饭。吃完饭我可能开一下14。好，先这样。吃饭去，拜拜。